What's going on, everyone? I want to talk about Gale Weathers and her sort of role that seems to be developing in the upcoming Scream 5 film, though I may talk not specific spoilers, but sort of referencing some things that are going around right now. I am going to make this video in a generic way, just for those that want nothing to do with even the thought or mention of spoilers. So I completely understand if you want to click away from this video. I would appreciate you hitting the like button. It helps out the channel and gets us out to people that don't mind. And 3, 2, 1. Okay, if you're still here, this is going to be just kind of a free-flowing conversation. I don't know if there will be any bombshell spoilers or anything that isn't already kind of public knowledge, but just so I can freely talk, this is where we're at. Before we jump into it, hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell notification so you never miss an upload. Join this wonderful Scream community, all of the updates and discussions that we hear on this channel. So, now when it comes to Gale Weathers, the question that I have that has kind of been circling the internet is that does Gale Weathers die? Because there have been a lot of spoilers that have come out sort of hinting to the idea of her being dead at some point in this film and possibly very early on. Now, the sort of consensus is that one of them will die. Most people think it'll be Dewey, most likely, especially given that we know nothing in regards to him as far as filming goes, as far as scenes go. We know Courtney has scenes in this film. Granted, we don't know the continuity wise or like where they place as far as, you know, like in the film, like if they're going to be more towards the beginning, the middle, the end, or kind of spread out. We just know she's in other films with other characters. So obviously she's not going to be the opening scene killer or anything like that. But she could die very early on in this film. And that's something that I feel a lot of us wouldn't be shocked, but not as expected, especially if Dewey lives ahead of that point. Because there's kind of a particular spoiler that I talked about. I'll actually link the video down in the description below, where it kind of preludes to the idea of Gale being dead at a certain point. It talks about, you know, a sort of reuniting, and Sydney and Dewey are the only ones that are mentioned in that reuniting. So it makes you wonder what's going on with Gale. Granted, you know, it looks like from set leak photos and even some of these leaks and things like that she is sort of returned to reporting. So maybe she's outside of Woodsboro or doing things. There's tons of rumors and speculations and leaks. Again, take them with a grain of salt, but that say that Gale and Dewey are no longer married, that they are separated. So if that's the case, you know, maybe she's doing her own thing. I mean, even when you look up her character name, it says Gale Weathers for the upcoming Scream 5, where I don't know if it still does, but I know at one point it said Gale Weathers Riley. So that could be, you know, a sign that they're no longer together. Again, that could just be for promotional sake, so people know like who she is as far as like the story goes. Because again, they're trying to attract a newer audience. But again, it doesn't necessarily mean she will die. But there's a lot of signs pointing to it, and I've said that I wouldn't be surprised in countless videos if she died and relatively early on. And usually when I say that, people point out like, oh, well, we know she's in film. We know she's in certain scenes. Yes, but again, we don't know where that is. We know that she's reporting. We know that she, you know, may or may not be in a romantic relationship with Dewey anymore. So, you know, she might be doing her own thing. Something happens with the Woodsboro killings, and she goes and investigates. She goes and talks about it. You know, she goes to sort of revitalize her career. Because, I mean, think about it. Scream 3, she essentially was she wasn't doing the reporting thing. You know, she says, I gave it all up in order to tend to you, as she was talking to Dewey. And then Scream 4, her and Dewey are married, and she gave up that life. She's trying to reinvent her career. You know, you see the computer scene, and she's just like, I have no effing idea type thing. Boom, and that you can tell she's trying to reinvent herself. So maybe this is the film where she did. The other thing, too, that I feel like a lot of people don't acknowledge or remember or whatever, Courtney asked to be killed off in Scream 4. Like, she was very open and adamant about that. Like, I want to be killed in Scream 4. Not she wants to be written off, not anything that. She wanted to die in Scream 4. So that way there was no way, no question, no nothing that she would be coming back. And the studio wanted to do a trilogy. They wanted number 4 to be the beginning of a trilogy. So now that that's not going to happen, unfortunately, with Wes's passing, you know, rest in peace, it's very likely that she may get what she wants. You know, she might have told these people, like, look, this is the last one I'll do. I'm going to come on board. I love your story. I love your vision. I love your ideas. But as far as me doing another trilogy or another several one of these films, it's not going to happen. Like, I'll come on. I need you to kill me off finally. That's what I wanted in the last one. I didn't get it. So give it to me this time. And I could see them doing that, you know. Where she dies, again, I don't think it's going to be like an opening scene type thing. I don't think it'll be, you know, I don't even think it'll be within the first, like, 30 minutes. But I could see by, like, the mid, maybe a little, you know, 10, 20 minutes after the midpoint, given that this film is supposed to be about 2 hours. So I could see, you know, around the hour mark, Gale is no longer in this film. It just makes a ton of sense, and I really think that it's something that she may finally get that she's asked for in the past. I mean, there was even rumors that she wanted to be killed in Scream 3, though she wasn't as open about it, so nobody really knows for sure. But Scream 4, we know she wanted to be killed. And not just that, but she's also never really been attacked, you know? I mean, like, major. She's had some chasing, she's had some epic moments and stuff, but compared to what Sydney and Dewey have endured, Gale is, I mean, she got shot in the shoulder and shot in the ribs, you know, and they just kind of bounced off. I mean, she's never really had, like, a real life-threatening attack in a lot of ways. So it's kind of interesting to see what direction they go with her as a character. But anyway, I just wanted to make this video because it's something interesting that I think a lot of signs are starting to point towards this. Again, there's spoilers on the internet, so who knows what's real, what's not. But it does make a lot of sense. And it's something that I felt like I needed to talk about in a video because, again, she wanted to be killed off. This could very well, most people think that one, if not several of the OG3 will die in this film. You know, I don't think personally they're going to kill all 3 of them. I could see one, I'm almost confident one will be dead. Perhaps 2. But I highly doubt they kill off all 3. So if Gale dies, then I think Dewey is 50-50. I've always said that I'm pretty confident Dewey dies and Gale is 50-50. But the way it's kind of being talked about, which would make sense too, and I'll wrap up this video, but it makes sense too that she would actually be the one to die because everybody thinks it's Dewey. And everybody thinks that, you know, because we don't have any information about Dewey, that he's the one that dies, and it kind of fits the plot point more. You know, he's the sheriff, he's things like that. I've actually made videos diving into why I think he dies. I have like several of them, so check out the channel for those. So it would be sort of an interesting twist to see Gale die. You know, and people that ask like, oh, well, you know, we know she filmed for X amount of days and stuff. Again, we don't know when those scenes take place. There are flashbacks. If there's flashbacks to Scream 4, or even in between Scream 4 and 5, she could easily do that shoot for those things. She's on set, all that stuff. So who knows how long she will actually be in the film itself as a Gale Weathers character. But again, join the discussion down in the comments below. Let me know what you think, if you agree, if you disagree, what's your take on Gale potentially dying in this Scream 5 film. I would love to hear from you. If you have yet to like this video, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, again, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell notification so you never miss an upload. Stay up to date on all things Scream. Join this wonderful Scream community and all of our discussions. I'll talk to you all in the next one. Thank you.